Number 70, lying with statistics. This looks
Ooh.
like a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. The contemporary fallacy of misusing true figures and numbers to prove unrelated claims. Example, in real terms, attending college has never been cheaper than it is now. When expressed as a percentage of the national debt, the cost of getting a college education is actually far less today than it was back in 1965. Uh, what? Hang on, I gotta read that again because that was so bullshit. The contemporary fallacy of misusing true figures and numbers to prove unrelated claims. Got it. Okay. A corrupt argument from logos, often preying on the public's perceived or actual mathematical ignorance. This includes the tiny percentage fallacy, that an amount or action that is quite significant in and of itself somehow becomes insignificant simply because it's a tiny percentage of something much larger. Example, the arbitrary arrest, detention, or interception of only a few hundred legally boarded international travelers as a tiny percentage of the tens of thousands who normally arrive. Under this same fallacy, a consumer who would choke on spending an extra dollar for 2 cans of peas will typically ignore $50 extra on the price of a car or $1,000 extra on the price of a house simply because these differences are only a tiny percentage of the much larger amount being spent. Historically, sales taxes or value added taxes, VATs, have successfully gained public acceptance and remain under the radar because of this latter fallacy, even though amounting to hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in extra tax burden. See also half truth, the snow job, and the red herring. Nice. The tiny percentage one just makes me want to throw up all over American capitalism.
Yeah, can you dive into that? I'm a little distracted by trying to pull up something that I'll talk about later with this one. But yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. The tiny percentage fallacy is just basically like as long as the increase of something is a tiny percentage of the thing, then it then it's no big deal. An area that I see this like very clearly in is in like real estate, where real estate realtor fees are 3%. And it's like if you're selling a $250,000 house, 3% of $250,000, let's do that real fast, is 7,500 bucks is what the realtor would get if they sold a $250,000 house. And so it's like the job of a realtor is to get someone to purchase a house and to find the right home and to help them find a home and then purchase the home. Ergo, the job of a realtor, of someone who's selling a $250,000 home to someone who's selling a $8.6 million home, the job is the same. It's the same exact job, it's the same exact process. Be personable, be likable, build relationships, find the family a home that matches what they're looking for at their budget and all the good things. Like find the product that is where they are. But if I were to do an $8.6 million home at a 3% fee, that realtor is making $258,000 as a result of their work selling one home. So it's like it's a small percentage. So why care about how much money it is? But it's like it can make such a massive difference for someone's income. And if someone's again selling $250,000 homes versus $8.6 million homes, um, it's the same job, but the percentage makes it small. It's like it can radically shift the outcome of the thing. So
Yeah.
um, that's not, yeah. So that falls into the tiny percentage fallacy, and then the lying with statistics. That one that one kind of sucks. That one just sucks. It's just preying on people's lack of education, or it's preying that um, yeah, it's super interesting, the lying with statistics. There's not much more I have to say about it other than it just kind of sucks to create statistics to falsely reinforce claims that lead to people making decisions that are rooted in misinformation. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. Um, the first thing that I thought of that was lying with statistics. This wasn't deliberate, so there was no malice, but I was just hearing from science communicators that humans have been getting taller over time, which is true on the scale of like when humans first showed up to now. So like over, yeah, 100,000, 10,000 years, like on that scale, absolutely. But someone challenged me on this on Monday. Um, that they're like that's humans have been getting shorter. And I'm like, what? No. And then you're like, no, yeah. Ever since the invention of agriculture, when we weren't hunter gatherers, there wasn't an evolutionary need to be as tall as we were. So since agriculture, we've been getting shorter. And I looked that up, and that is true as well.
Mm.
So it's not that humans are simultaneously getting taller and shorter. It's that over a degree of 100,000 years, absolutely we've been getting taller. But since agriculture, we've actually been getting shorter.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there was
Maybe,
no
maybe once
malice with
we're
either of that, but go ahead. Sorry.
maybe once we become space goers and we're exposed to less gravity, we'll end up becoming taller again.
No, we would be. I think we would be even. Oh no, you know what? No, yeah, I think you're right. Well, when it comes to space, we would probably use artificial gravity, which would just be centrifugal force. But if it comes to like living on Mars, then yeah, then we would get significantly taller
Yeah.
on Mars for sure.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, tiny percentage. Uh, that one, it sucks. Because I've seen people to this day dismiss um, entire groups of individuals just because they're a small percentage. Right now, it's particularly the trans people that are being attacked. I've seen people say that we don't need to make laws that include trans people because they are at most 1% of the population, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like, 1% of 8 billion people is still 80 million people. That's fucking over 80 million people. Like, you know, so yeah, yeah, that sucks. I have, yeah, definitely seen that. Uh, there was once upon a time I was thinking about getting a Tesla, but I no longer desire to have that particular brand of electric car anymore. But when I was looking into it, I remember that to change the color, it would cost like $1,000. And at the time, I was like, oh, so for well, how much was the car? It was like 35,000. I was like, oh, just $1,000 change the color. Like that's not that bad. I'm like, wait a minute, $1,000 for a color? Fuck that. And no, yeah, just because it's a small percentage uh, of what you're paying doesn't mean that it's not still $1,000. So, anyways, um, yeah, that was fascinating. So, all right, I think I'm good on this one. Alan, do you have any other commentary with lying with statistics? Anything else come to your mind?
No, no, this feels good to me.
Great.